Hey everyone, what's up? Are you ready to dominate your social media and wondering how you can do so? Well, you're in for a treat today. Today, I have an interview with Gogo Bethke, who is killing it on social media and has over 50,000 followers on Instagram. And we're gonna show you how she does it. Thank you so much for being here. For more tips on how to grow your real estate business through the power of technology, you know what to do. Click on that subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified of when I post a new video every single Wednesday. Gogo started with nothing when she came to the US and has now dominated social media. She knows all about social media, so let's have a watch and see how she does it. Hey everyone, and welcome. I've got Gogo Bethke with me. She is a superstar on social media. She is killing it, getting lots of attention, followers, and just doing all the right things. So we're very happy to have her here today and let us know a little bit about social media and how we can better it through our business. So thank you so much, Gogo, for being here today with us.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
So if you can just, for people that, I'm sure there's a lot of people that do know about you, they followed you, but maybe if this is their first time stumbling upon you, maybe just let us know a little bit about yourself.
Sure, so I'm 39. I got licensed in 2011. I moved to the US when I was 21. I'm from Romania originally. I'm Hungarian by nationality, so I speak 3 languages. Hungarian is my native, then Romanian is a second language, and English is a third language. I came to the US kind of for that American dream to like see what I can, build. Right. And then I met my husband right away. I met him in a bar. We've been married now for over 17 years. We have 2 boys, a 13-year-old boy and an 11-year-old boy. So I got licensed about 2011, got married in 2003. So 8 years after we got married. So at that time I was a stay-at-home mom. And I just kind of needed that little A, extra income, but B, like get out on the door, put makeup on, hold a conversation, an adult conversation. And my neighbor at the time thought that I would make a great realtor because of my personality and social media and all that. So I was like, oh, what a great idea. I was watching HGTV at the time. So I'm like, I can do that. What a great idea. So I went and I got licensed, and very quickly I realized, hold on, it's not a walk in the park. It's not that simple that they make it look like on HGTV. I mean, getting the clients and walking them through homes and signing contracts and things like that, that's not hard. Getting the client to sign through is the hard part. And again, I'm not from Michigan. I didn't go to college in the US. I had no sphere of influence. I had no cousin that's going to buy a house from me. So I very quickly realized that I don't have a pool of people. So I'm going to have to find my pool of people. And the only way I knew how to, and we were also broke at the time, like between the 2 of us, we had like $6. And so that was really not buying me Zillow leads at $6 or marketing cost. And so I figured, I'm like, okay, then what can I do for free? Then I can reach strangers. And that's how social media came about for me, is because I couldn't afford to market myself in any other way. And everybody and their mother is on Facebook. So it started with Facebook. I said, well, those are my people. Everybody that has to live somewhere. I don't know a single human being that doesn't need a roof above their head. So everybody is my future potential client. And even if they're not local to me, the way I looked at it, I can refer. And that's a 25% of the other agent's commission. So I looked at everyone as they had a dollar sign above their head. I'm like, you're worth something to me. And so that's how it started. I started in with Gogos Real Estate on Facebook. And when I talk about anything social media, guys, just assume that I'm talking about a business page. I don't do business and personal. Okay, so my personal Facebook is my personal. Those people that they're my cousins, my friends, my high school friends, like, what I mean? Like the people that know me as me, they didn't sign up for me becoming a realtor one day. And now I'm shoving down every single home that hit the market in the area. So I do not do business and personal. And so I started my business page on Facebook, and this was back in 2012 probably. So I had a business page for a very long time, pretty much right away as I got my license. And I named it Gogos Real Estate because my first name is Gyöngyvér. Nobody can say Gyöngyvér. Everybody at home calls me Gogo, and or Gyögyö, which is spelled Gyo, where no one can say Gyögyö either. So they just called me Gogo here. I said, sure, fine. So when I started my Facebook page, I named it Gogos Real Estate because it was my real estate journey. Right. So it was called Gogos Real Estate, and that just kind of became the brand. So that is very important. First and foremost is figure out who you are and what is that brand that you want to be. So I see realtors on one page, they're Kevin Smith, and the next, their .com is Brighton's favorite realtor. And then on LinkedIn, they are whatever, Smith Real Estate. Like, that's not going to work.
Right.
You have to figure out what your brand is, and you have to stick with it. You should own your .com, you should own your email address, you should own all of those things on your yard sign, business cards, name it. So mine is everything Gogos Real Estate. Of course, on LinkedIn, I'm Gogo Bethke, and all of the other platforms that you have to have your name. And so that's how it started.
Basically, you just need to have that. I preach it a lot, is that consistency. If you don't have the consistency, then it kind of falls apart, because it's like, oh, I see the one person there, and yeah, you have the same photo here, but if it's a different name, well, is that really the same person? Is it somebody copying that person? So I love that.
Yeah. The easiest way to explain is if I told you Target, close your eyes and imagine the Target logo. Can you imagine the Target logo?
Right.
Can you imagine the Starbucks logo? That's because their branding is consistent. Starbucks looks exactly the same no matter what freaking highway you get off and turn right. And Starbucks there, it looks exactly the same, and you can trust it because the product inside of that Starbucks is exactly the same. So same with, Target and every other brand. So your job is to make sure that people know your brand and you are your brand. That's the other big problem that I see with agents doing, is that they're promoting the last house, the newest listing, the last open house. Any agent can sell a house, no offense. Mm-hmm. I can put in the MLS, and somebody at some point buyer's agent is gonna bring somebody to buy it. You know what I mean? Your job is to make sure you market it properly so it flies off the market, not sits on the market. Your job is to make sure that the people know who sold that house. Right. Yeah. That's going to bring you the next transaction. And the only way they can do that if you market yourself. Because if you market the house, then they don't know who sold it, I don't know, they have a yard sign in the yard. My picture is on the yard sign. Right. Big fat letters, Gogos Real Estate, Gogo Bethke, Gogos Real Estate team. We have a local team in Michigan. So it is important to get used to the idea of the shameless self-promotion. Yep. I tell all the time, we don't sell real estate. We sell ourselves and our services. And you're staying top of mind and you're being remembered. So that's key. Why should someone choose to work with me versus working with you? That's what I'm selling. I'm selling the difference between you and me. You betcha. And the people that are, it works. That's one of the great things with social media is the like-mindedness attracts. So, lots of people I find get held up saying, well, I don't lead an interesting life, or why would I post about that? It's like, well, people, if you post about what you love to do, people that also love to do that are going to have a connection with you. And when that time does come that they do want to buy or sell, guess who's going to be? Some people might follow me because I have a bulldog. Some people might follow me that my child's type 1 diabetic and they have a type 1 diabetic child. Some people might follow me because I'm from Romania and they're from Romania. Some people might follow me because I'm blonde. Some people might follow me because I speak 3 languages and they speak 3 languages. But they don't know who you are unless you show them who you are. The only reason they know I have a bulldog is because I showed them that I have a bulldog, and her name is Charlie. So if you don't put yourself out there and allow people to have an insight into your life, even if it's not exciting, like describe what exciting, like someone walking a bulldog, to them, it might be very exciting. Right. You don't know what their excitement level is of life. So by allowing them to have an insight into your life, you allow them to get to know you. When they get to know you, they trust you. And when they trust you, you don't have to earn their business. Awesome. I love it. So I'm kind of curious, what has social media done for your business? I think the list of what social media have not done for my business is much shorter. It's everything. It's how I run business. Everything that we have today and the lifestyle that we have today is all due to social media. So I've never bought a lead in my entire life, and I am a top producer. Not always, but in the first 3 years I was not. But after that, so my year 4, 5, and on to my 10th year now. Now we also have a local team. I don't even live in the state now where we run business in the winter time. So we are snowbirds in Florida. Our business and real estate team is in Michigan. We also have an international team. I'm with a company called EXP. So with that, we get to grow a nationwide and international organization. So which we call Team Gogo, the one that's the one I started. And we have over 350 agents now. So it just allows you, it allows you to have connections in places that these of the 350, well, many of them are not my doing. It's other agents building their own organization within our organization. But the ones that I brought to the company, probably 90% of them I never met. And they all reached out to me from social media. So that's what it allows you to do is to run business from absolutely anywhere. This is my office. Yeah. There. to do it your way, to do it at your own time. So if I want to work today, I can. If I don't have to. Yeah, I mean, I don't have to walk into an office. I can literally walk down to the beach and run business from the beach all day today, if I wanted to. So social media is just, it's technology. It's making your life easier. And if you think about it, it works for you 24/7. It takes me, 5 to 10 minutes to make a post. That post is going to work for me for the rest of my life, 24/7. I don't know when you're going to see it. You might see it a year from now.
Right.
You might see it at 2 a.m. in the night. I posted at 11.
Yeah. Yep.
It works for me 24/7 for the rest of my life.
And that's the great thing with technology that I'm a huge advocate for is don't try to stop it. Don't try to ignore it. I mean, embrace it, use it. It's.
You remember when back in the day, people were like, I am not getting an email address.
Yeah.
Today you can't open, you can log into your bank account without one. They're like, I don't know about this .com. It's going to all crash. I'm like, I don't think so.
The other one I got a lot was, I didn't grow up using this, so therefore I don't know how. It's like, well, we didn't grow up knowing how to do anything. We had to learn. Once you learn, then it's easy. So. And
you better just hop on it, because if not, you're a dinosaur and you'll be extinct.
You betcha. So I get this question frequently, and I'd love to hear your take on it. What do you say to the realtors that go, you know what, I've been on social media for a bit. I made a post here, there. I tried it for a month. I didn't get any results, so I just quit. Social media doesn't work for me.
Oh gosh, that's kind of like, okay, I'm going to compare it to farming. Okay. With farming, they tell you all the time, don't even waste your time on postcards unless you're going to mail it at least 8 months in a row. Because if you don't, it does not register in their brain of who you are and what you do for a living unless they saw it 8 times.
Right.
If you're going to do farming for 8 straight months, then I want you to do Instagram or Facebook or whatever social media platform that you decide to use for at least 8 months. You have to. So, okay, my millions and millions of dollars in production did not come from one post. It's not that I made a post and then I just sat and watched them roll in. I've been in the industry for 10 years. I post at least 1 time a day into my feed and at least 10 to 14 times a day into my stories. Right. So my average post in my career is worth about $35 a post. So that doesn't mean I make $35 every time I post. No. That just means that through the week, when I'm posting, I'm probably going to get a lead from it. When I'm probably going to have an agent join my team from it. When I'm probably going to get an opportunity to go to like a Tony Robbins event. When I might get whatever things that I generate from that, the value of it for me is about $35 a post.
Right.
So imagine how many posts did I have to make in the past 10 years to make millions of dollars if we are multiplying that or so instead dividing it by $35 a piece. That's a lot of work that I put in. But social media is my job. So if that's the avenue that you're going to take, and that's how you want to run your business, then A, you have to be consistent, and B, you have to do it for a very long time before you have what's called a brand and face recognition.
Yeah.
And name recognition, so sad, because people have to see it constantly in order for one day to, oh, you remember, yeah, there's that Gogo chick. Let's call her, let's give her a call, we need to sell a house. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't mean they read every single post that I posted or watched every video that I posted. It's just I stay top of mind. So when they're cruising, your job is so when people are cruising with one eye open, then your thing pops up. They might not even read it. They might not even watch it. They could care less what's going on in the real estate industry, but it pops up and it reminds them of who you are and what you do for a living. And that is your job.
And imagine if you hadn't put that time in and you did give up, where you'd be today would be
definitely not
far different.
Probably not on the beach in Florida. I would probably have a 9 to 5 somewhere.
Right.
I don't want a 9 to 5.
What is your biggest roadblock with social media? Comment below and let me know. So for the people that maybe you have them convinced now, they're saying, okay, I'm going to get on social media, but you know what? I'm not good on camera. I don't like the camera. What would you say to that?
Was I born being good on camera, or am I good on camera? I don't know. Maybe I'm not good on camera. I don't know. And I don't care. Yeah. Your job is to put the knowledge out there. What makes you an expert is by those words coming out on your mouth. So if you're not in your pictures, if you're not in your videos, if you're just posting houses, it's not going to work. You just forget it. Go farm, go knock on doors, go cold call.
Right.
The social media is not for you if you're not going to put yourself in front of the camera. Now, putting yourself in front of the camera, most people are like, well, I don't like the way I look and sound. That's their biggest issue. Well, guess what? Everybody that knows you knows exactly what you look and sound. And those are the only one that opinion so said matters. No one's opinion really matters unless I can deposit it into a bank account, the way I look at it. If I can deposit your opinion in a bank account, then it doesn't matter. But with that being said, the ones that love and know you, they already know what you look and sound like, so there's nothing to worry about. And the ones that don't know you, their opinion really doesn't matter. So why do you care what they think?
For sure.
So just get over it, get in front of the camera. You're going to make mistakes, and that's perfectly fine. I remember my very first, we used to have an ad at the local movie theater. And I had the whole camera crew out and we were shooting the ad. And it was literally a 6-7 hour ad because I was so freaking nervous. I couldn't if I said it right, then I wasn't smiling. If I was smiling, I forgot what I needed to say. If I was smiling and I remembered what I needed to say, I was playing with my ring. Like I was nervous. So it was just like, it took like 6 hours. I had the worst migraine. But it's one of our best ad and people still talk about it and everybody recognizes me at the movie theater. So is it going to be painful sometimes shooting those videos? Absolutely. You just have to be okay realizing that is your job. Your job is as a marketer to market homes, market yourself and your services. So you have to be in front of the camera.
Love it. Yeah. And I find some of my best performing ones are
But you mess up.
It's just authentic. And it's like, I mean, I sometimes I stumble over my thoughts like I just have on this call, but I still post it. I go ahead and it's like, well, that's who I am. If I try to be too polished and then I'm almost like a robot and it doesn't come off, that's not authentic and who I really am.
Yeah, and that's boring. People like to see that you're not perfect and you make mistakes, and especially the bleepers. Or bloopers, what they called, when you make the mistakes, like those are you get so many comments on those making fun of yourself of like what it really takes to get stuff done. I just love it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I was making fun of myself. I'm like, well, this is how it really goes down.
Absolutely. So you talk about, I like where you mentioned about posting less about just putting, here's my open house or here's a house for sale. What are some things you like to post, or what are some things other realtors could post as ideas?
I think it's knowledge and it's sharing the journey of what it takes to sell a house, what it's like to be a realtor, the business growth, because there is so many assets or factors, I should say, to being a realtor. And most people don't understand what it's like. So I share the good, bad, and the ugly, every part of a real estate journey of being hired or not hired. Like when I go into a multi-listing situation and let's say they're discriminatory because I'm a woman or whatever, like I share all kinds of stuff. Absolutely everything that it takes to be a realtor. And that's what you need to show so people can see your hustle. They can see your work ethic. They can see what you stand for, how you get it done, how you got from listing to selling to open houses to inspections to, what you find in an inspection and how you're going to overcome that and help your clients without, what do you tell them to do with the property so they can, invest $4,000 and take out $40,000.
Right.
And those kind of stuff that people are interested about seeing because they might not be on the market at that time, but by the time they have real estate needs, they know exactly who to go to because you convince them with your work ethic prior to them needing you ever.
Cool. I'm going to kind of put you on the spot. Maybe it's going to be a tough one to answer because you have posted so much. If you could look back, what would you say is some of your better performing posts that have worked for you?
So one that comes to mind is that same exact one that I just mentioned. So I went into a multi-listing situation where the sellers were upfront and they said they interviewed multiple people.
Right.
And they narrowed it down. And I got a call after the interview and they said they narrowed it down between me and another guy. But they were wondering if I had a different business card because on my business card, I was really busty. And I was like, okay, so I'm a woman and I have boobs. And they're pretty, and I'm not going to wear a potato sack to cover myself up. My boobs don't take away from my ability to sell your house. So then I pretty much told them, I said, if my boobs, my womanly body parts are a decision-making factor in your decision of who should have the best ability to sell your home, then did you ask the guy to see like what is his manly body parts look like? Is it too big? Is it too small? Like since we're talking about my body parts, and that somehow has anything to do with my ability of selling your home, then let's just put him out on the table. Let's see. And that's pretty much, I told him, I said, just go ahead and then hire based on his ball size. Like, I have no idea. Like, why are we even talking about my boobs right now? But this is the truth. This is a conversation that really happened. And I ended up getting the listing. I sold it on day one for cash, closing 7 days. So I think they do just fine. But the fact that they were a decision-making factor in the conversation, it had to talk about. So I created a video and I talked about for all of those women that covering themselves up when they're going to a press. And by the way, when I was at the listing appointment, we were outside. It was a late fall day and I was in a zipped up jacket all the way up here. It was windy, it was a lake property, it was cold. I never even unzipped it. They judged me based on my business card, which if you look at my photo on any of my social media profiles, the lady in the red dress, that's the exact photo that's on my business card. That is my brand. Oh, okay. So when you see it, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But the fact that we are in 2020, this was probably 2019, that we are in the 21st century and we are still talking about what a woman should look like in order to be smart. No, that does not take away from my brain capacity. I can do absolutely nothing with clothes or without clothes. Is the same exact brain.
Yeah.
But the fact that we had to talk about it. So when I posted that, I got a lot of comments about that because it is an issue in the industry. It is an issue where women feel like they have to wear a turtleneck when they go to an appointment in order for people to take them seriously.
Right.
And I pretty much told them they can go and hire the other guy based on his ball size. I could care less.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing how there's, how some people's thoughts are. But it's a good.
And then they bring it to surface. Like, if you think that, I don't know, keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty much discrimination in today's age.
Well, and
making a decision based on that.
The good thing again with social media that I believe, like I said before, like-mindedness attracts. So if that's the way you are and people respect you and they want to deal with you, there may be the others that think, oh yeah, she's doing it wrong or she shouldn't dress that way. Well, then maybe we didn't want to have them as a customer in the first place. They weren't going to be.
I want to work with people that want to work with me. Or in other ways saying I'm looking for people that are looking for me.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to change my ways to please somebody else's view of the world. That just means we are not meant for each other. So to answer your questions, what kind of stuff you should post absolutely everything that's on your mind, absolutely everything that you stand for. Of course, the political things, I stay away from that. Everybody should stay away from that. Because either whatever you post, if it's political, you're going to lose half of your followers. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to do political anything. So I don't do anything political ever on my profile, but I do talk about absolutely anything. A lot of things are mindset because I believe that about 90% of your success is these 6 inches between your ears. I talk a lot about books. I talk a lot about quotes. I talk a lot about, why I am the way I am and what are the life lessons that I learned along the way. Hopefully it helps somebody to learn that lesson. And usually you learn lessons because you did something you messed up and like, oh, oops. Am I going to do that again? So if my life lesson is going to help somebody else to learn that lesson without having to go through the hardship that taught me the lesson. So those are the things that I usually share.
Cool. Well, good for you. That's awesome. So for anybody that is starting, do you have a social media platform that you kind of favor over the others, or you see as maybe being the next one that somebody should get on, or should they be on all of them? What's your thoughts?
So I definitely feel like they should have one major, but for example, so I have a business page on Instagram and a business page on Facebook, and they are linked together. So everything I do, I post on Instagram, it automatically goes over to Facebook. So it's just 2 birds, 1 stone kind of situation. Okay. So I recommend for everybody to do both. You could post on Facebook and feed it to Instagram or vice versa, but you should have them linked together. So you hit people from all platforms. I also use LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a little bit more professional. So for example, if I'm on the beach in a bathing suit and I'm taking a selfie and talking about the ability to work from the beach, that's perfectly fine on Instagram. That's might be questionable on Facebook, and it's definitely not okay on LinkedIn. So right. You have to do your platforms. You need to know where you fit in on those platforms, so you can pick and choose of like, yeah, this one I'm going to push through to all 3 social media platforms, but this one I'm not going to because I'm in a bathing suit with my boobs hanging out today. Right. You know what I mean? So you have to know those platforms. So wherever you fit in, but just always think about everybody has to live somewhere. Absolutely everybody on any of the platforms. So I do all 3. I checked out TikTok. It's not for me, but that doesn't mean it doesn't work. It definitely works. You get a lot of views and eyeballs on there. YouTube, same thing. YouTube for me is just, I run business a lot on a gut feeling and a hint. I'm like, oh, I should do that. So I just grab my cell phone and do that.
With YouTube, you have to shoot the video, you have to upload it to YouTube, you have to do the capture, you have to do it sideways, like, so YouTube is just not for me. I do have a lot of videos on YouTube that are for my bootcamp, but they're private, so I just pretty much store them there, and that's where the website or my course, Gogos Bootcamp, has all the videos that we store, and that's where they come from. But other than that, I don't use YouTube personally. I should. I agree with you. YouTube is an amazing platform to reach absolutely anyone and get the eyeballs on your account, because I know that's what you use. But for me, it's just it requires too much time and too much editing and uploading and all that. I don't have patience for that.
It does take a lot of time, and I always tell everybody, do what you're good at. If you find a platform you're really comfortable with, double down on it and get really good at it. If you're trying to do all of these at once and it takes up too much of your time,
you don't want to create a nice
falling apart, and you may be doing a terrible job of all of them, where you could do a really good job on one. You're probably going to get a lot more of a following than you are trying to spread yourself too thin.
So Instagram, and long story short, to answer your question, Instagram is my go-to. That's where most of my followers are, and that's where I spend most of my time. But it does automatically feed over to Facebook. Instagram is the only platform that I still personally answer. On all of the other platforms, I have a virtual assistant that they respond to all of the messages, they push, they comment and that kind of stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
So my personal favorite is Instagram.
Cool. And I'm going to share, I've got a couple more questions for you, but we'll share your handle and everything in the comments, so people can find you as well if they haven't not yet.
Yeah, so it's Gogos Real Estate everywhere.
Perfect. That's consistency. Love it. So if there's one, you've kind of touched on this, getting to know you, I think I know the answer to this, but if you could give one piece of advice to somebody to grow their social media, what would it be?
Just that. You're not selling real estate, you're selling yourself and your services. And the faster you learn that lesson, the higher you're going to soar. It's just that simple.
Just at the end there, you mentioned something about a course, Gogos Bootcamp. Tell me a little more about that.
So Gogos Bootcamp started, that is my social media course. So I pretty much put everything on videos, and here's why, because I was getting to the point, especially when I was working in office setting. Now we are virtual. But when I was working in office setting, people would stop me and say, hey, Gogo, hey, how do you do that? Hey, Gogo, why do you do that? Hey, Gogo, can you show me? Hey, Gogo. It was like, oh my gosh, I could not walk down the hallway without getting into 4-hour conversations. And so I realized one time, I'm like, hold on a minute. I'm explaining the same thing over and over again, 10 times over a day, because pretty much everybody has the same question or along the same line. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to record myself. So literally, Gogos Bootcamp is a bunch of videos. It's a video course where you can log in, and literally I'll teach you the basics of social media, and all the way to, by the end of the course, you have everything that I have, from any marketing contracts, or absolutely everything. I can't even think of, like, it's hundreds of hours of videos and my whole Google Drive. So everything that I do is in the course. So it's pretty much walking you through, I call it like building your social media house. So we start at the absolute basics of understanding why you're doing certain things. And as you're going through the course and you're getting those steps done, we are building your social media house one brick at a time. So I always tell our students, don't just watch the videos, you have to implement, because even if you skip one step, your house is going to fall apart, because mine has all of those steps. So the goal is to help others to build a brand. I don't know a single script. I never knew. I never role played. I don't want to. I can't beg people for their businesses. I never door knocked. I don't cold call. I never farmed. My marketing budget is really $0. So my goal is to teach you how you can have all this and grow it organically, where you build a brand where they come to you. And so that's what Gogos Bootcamp teaches, is literally how to build that brand, how to put yourself out there and become that household name without spending any money, where people come to you to sell their homes.
I love it.
Why?
So if they did want to get more information or maybe join, where do they go to do that?
That's very simple too. It's gogosbootcamp.com.
You make it easy for everybody.
That's very simple. Yeah. And that's the other thing. When you do a brand, guys, the brand right Target is Target. Starbucks is Starbucks. You know? So you want to make your brand Gogos Real Estate is Gogos Real Estate. My other brand is Gogos Bootcamp. That's gogosbootcamp.com. gogosrealestate.com. So gogosrealestateteam.com. Like, just whatever new asset of your business you're going to build, you're going to build it off of the original.
Awesome. Again, even though it's so easy to find, just in case, I'm going to put the links in the description below here from Gogo. And if you did want any more information, let me know. I can get you in touch with her or find her on Instagram, Facebook, all the social media avenues, and those websites, of course. And I'm sure she'll be happy to help you out. Thank you so much, Gogo, for being here today. Amazing job on what you do. Keep it up. I applaud you. It is a lot of work, but as you are living proof, I mean, this work does pay off. So for those of you that are looking at doing this, just keep doing it. Don't give up. And you're going to see the fruits of your labor come around. So thank you for sharing that with us.
And I just got verified too. So that proof right there, the proof is in the pudding. They always say that I literally was nobody. I was Gogo Bethke, a stay-at-home mom at the time, like no sphere, no previous job, no college education, no, like I could name it, the list of things I didn't have. And today I'm one of a handful of realtors in the nation and internationally that is verified. Like you can absolutely reach any level with social media. You just have to put the work in and the time. I always say life is an ATM. You put the time in, you take money out. If you don't put the time in, you can't take the money out. It's that simple.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Can't wait to see your account grow more and see where it goes. It's exciting. So thank you for sharing that with us, and hope everybody else does the same.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, Gogo.
Bye.
Wow, that was an amazing interview. A lot of tips that we can take from that, and I'm excited myself to try some of them. As I mentioned before, you can find the links to Gogo, everything about Gogo, in my description below. Also, if you're wanting to do more social media and maybe you're wanting some more video ideas, I've got you covered as well. You can click on the link in my description below. In there, I have my free guide of a bunch of video ideas that have 10 times my social media leads. And when you're done here, don't forget to watch my prior videos that I've done on social media. And please, if this was beneficial, please, please, please click on that subscribe button and share with your fellow realtor friends.